topic that we are going to discuss. What is browser automation? It is to check automatically whether a desired site is running properly in a browser or browsers that we commonly use, like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, etc. That is, instead of doing a manual checking, as manual checking requires a lot of tasks to be done manually, which is very tedious and time consuming, that we are writing a code in Python by which we can check whether a site is running properly and it is taking us to a desired location. So to write a program in Python, the first thing that comes in our mind is Selenium. And what is Selenium? Selenium is an open source tool which is used to automate the testing carried out on web browsers. But one must remember that it is mainly used for web applications. And there we use Selenium WebDriver, which is a web-based automation testing framework that can test different applications in web browsers. So to work with Selenium, we need to install it. And for installation, we require to write this instruction, as we are going to use Anaconda. So let's enter into Anaconda, go to the Anaconda prompt, and here you just write a simple code, that is simple instruction, I should say, pip install Selenium, and just enter. It will take a few seconds and your Selenium will be ready to be worked with. My Selenium is already installed, so I'm waiting here. Now the next step is to get the web driver of the browser or the browsers that we are going to use. So to get the browser of, say, Chrome, we have to go over here, and first we need to know that what version we are using. So go at the extreme right on the three dots. Here you see the help is there about Google Chrome, and that will tell you what is the version that you are using here. Now our version is this, so accordingly we need to search that particular exe. Here is this. You can see that we can download the WebDriver for Chrome. Click on there and you will get your chosen version, and accordingly you download it. And once you download, you keep it somewhere, like I have kept in my C drive. Here you can see we have program files. In the second part of it, here is my Chrome driver kept. So this is the path that we require in our program. So coming back, so this is the web driver that we require for every browser you use, be it Chrome, be it Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge, whatever it is. Now let's start writing the program. This is a very simple code. First we require to get our Selenium. So from Selenium, import WebDriver. That is the interface that we are going to use with the driver classes. That means this interface is having several methods declared and which would be implemented by the respective driver classes. Say, for example, we are going to use Chrome. So Chrome driver class that we have just downloaded and kept somewhere will use and define the several methods which are required to work with the browser automation. So this is the first thing that comes in our mind. Now we are simply setting the path, but before we set the path, what do we require? We require to create an instance of the Chrome driver class. Say first, we are creating the path, and where do we have kept it? Copy this path. Sorry, this is the path where our Chrome driver .exe file is existing. The path is ready. Now we need to create an instance of the class. Say the instance name is driver. Driver equals to web driver dot. We are going to use Chrome, and where you are passing the path. That means where your class is residing. So now you can use the methods declared in the interface and defined in the classes. In our case, it is Chrome driver class. So we are going to call a method, that is get method, which is going to make a request to the respective site that we want to enter. Say we want to enter into Google. So https:// just google.com. So let's see whether it is running fine or not. Up to that, run the code, see whether it is bringing us to that. Yes, ultimate date is taking you to the Google search. Now the next step, what do you exactly want to do? Say for example, we want, say, to search something in Amazon, in Amazon.in. Say we are searching something, say like silver flasks, for example. Our objective is to check whether the Chrome opens it properly or not and make the search successful or not. That's why we are writing the code, so that it will automatically open the site and go to the desired location where we are trying to find out some item. So if it is running fine, that means the site is working successfully. That is our objective. That's why we are doing that browser automation. So coming back to the code, we are now successfully reaching to the Google, but here we need to make the search. So how this is possible? Let's move into the site. Here you see, whatever we want to search, we write something here. We write over here. If we write over here something, then it makes that search possible. When we click that button, Google search, you can see. So we have to inspect this site first. So click right button over here. So once you click the right button over here, you get inspect the button where you are having the code. So you can inspect it. That means with respect to particular location, we can get that particular code. Say for example, for this, you can see this highlighted one, where we can use a locator name here, whose value is equals to Q. So for identifying each of the locations of a site, we have a part of code over here. So first, so when we need to test various properties of a site, we need to identify the properties of components such as text, paragraph, title, etc., with the help of locators. For example, say the locators like say ID, XPath or full XPath, name, CSS selector, or link test. Here in our example, we are going to use the name. So double click over here. You can select it, copy it, and go back to your code. Here, with respect to driver, call the corresponding method. We are trying to look at that particular location by name. So find element by name. That is the method we are calling with respect to the driver instance. So then double quote, we are pasting that value of name, that is Q. So by this, you can only reach that particular location. But after that, you need to provide some text, that is what you want to search for. Say whenever we open some, say, search engine, we write something to search. So that text is to be provided for making the automatic testing. So here, by send keys, we will provide that information. And as we have decided that we are going to search some item, so HTTPS this, and we are entering into Amazon.in and say we are trying to find out some flasks or anything you want. Say cello flask, we want to search. And if I run this code up to that, then it will simply take us to the google.com. There in the search option, that text that we are passing in the send key will be printed just, but it will not take you to that particular location, as because to reach that location, we need to click that button Google search. So that part is also to be taken into consideration while you are writing the code for automation. So now again, go to that button, click right button, inspect, and here you can see that highlighted part. This is the part of code which is actually taking you to that locator. That means the Google search button. Here, the name of the button is BTNK, by which we can reach that location. But instead, we are using another locator, that is the XPath locator. So click right button over here, go to copy full XPath, come back to the code. Here again, you call the corresponding method. Now we are using XPath. So for XPath locator, we use this method find element by XPath. You can see, double click over here, double quote, and paste that particular part of code by which you can reach that particular button. But that's not enough, as it is a button. So you need to call a method click, so that that button will be automatically clicked. That is automation. So now if we run this code, it is expected that you will enter into google.com. There the text will be written and the button will be clicked, and you can see it is successfully taking you to the desired location. So the main part is over. As you can see that I have imported the time. So now we can call a method sleep. So we are passing 4, that is 4 seconds. That means that driver will simply last for 4 seconds. Then we will simply close the driver and also quit from it. let's see, it should be driver. So it's fine. Now running it finally, taking us to the google.com, writing the text automatically and clicking the button. You can see the button is clicked and we are reaching the desired location. This is the idea. It's a very simple example, and it is also closing the driver and quitting from it. So later in the next videos, I will come with some other important topics like broken links, how to identify the broken links, how to identify the hyperlinks. So if you like it, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.